John, a 4-year-old daughter Madeline, a 6-year-old son Ryan, a 10-year-old daughter Jacqueline, and our son Logan, who would have been 11 years old. But he passed away 5 years ago to a viral myocarditis. I want to start off and thank all of you for coming today and learning more about myocarditis and meeting new families, and it's great that you all could come out. A big thank you to Sue Hall. A lot of us wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for the Facebook page, so thank you. And for Candace Moose for starting myocarditis. You're amazing. The foundation. I've done many speeches in our community about Logan and his story of myocarditis to spread awareness. But I had a hard time coming up with what I wanted to talk about at this event. Do I tell Logan's story of what he was like as an infant, a toddler, and a young boy? Do I tell you all about the sports that he liked and that he loved math, school, and numbers, so that you would have a sense of what he was like? Or do I tell you the story about that dreaded Friday night in early May of 2008? Do I tell you the details of how he collapsed in our den and instantly turned blue, never to bleed again? Do I tell you how at the hospital that night, his family stood for hours at his bedside in shock, looking at his lifeless body, taking turns, holding his little hand so it never got cold? But I'm sure that my story will sound very similar to many of yours. For those of you who have lost to myocarditis or is affected by it in one way or another. Well, I've been asked many questions from grieving parents over the years, and I noticed that many of them have a similar attribute. So I think I'm going to talk and focus about my fears as a parent since Logan passed. Fears that a typical parent may never have to experience, and the ways that I have dealt with them. Yes, Logan, our beautiful, who's alive, 6-year-old boy, did indeed collapse in our den very unexpectedly and died instantly in my arms. No warnings, no symptoms. 4 months after he passed, we learned that he died from viral myocarditis. We learned that a virus, for some reason, attacked his heart, but showed no signs. For the first few months after Logan passed, we walked through life in a fog. The autopsy report that we received 2 days after he passed, which was Mother's Day, indicated that his heart was 75% larger than normal. That was a total shock to all of us. How could that be? Logan was a normal, active, healthy boy who lived a normal, energetic life. Just 2 days before he died, he had his 6-year regular annual physical, and everything was fine. There was nothing indicating that his heart was that big. But his heart was at rest during his physical, so his heart rate and beat was normal. Had he done jumping jacks or something to elevate his heart during his physical, an irregular heartbeat may have been heard, but at rest there were no symptoms. One of my biggest fears right after Logan passed was that people would forget him, that his friends and neighbors would forget how much fun he was and how much he made them laugh, that his family would forget the love and excitement he had for life, that his teachers in school would forget how enthusiastic he was to learn and explore all that they taught him. So for the first year after he passed, my goal was to make sure that Logan was not forgotten. My first task was to make a large quilt that friends and families could see when they came to our home. With the help from a friend, I made a huge quilt that has 110 12 by 12 square of pictures, artwork, and his favorite shirts all sewn together. It's like his life on a canvas. This beautiful quilt sits on our bed all year long, even in the summer, as a constant hug from Logan. The Bodenham School then honored Logan with an award that they named after him, the Logan Sweet Math Award. This award is now given to a fifth grader every year for their accomplishment in math programs. Logan was very smart with math and numbers, way above his age level, and my husband and I have the privilege to present that award, the Logan Sweet Math Award, to a student every year at their fifth grade graduation. This past graduation was his fifth grade class, and he should have been sitting there. Next, we had a beautiful bench installed at the Bodenham School, dedicated to Logan by his family. It is a place for everyone to sit and be where Logan loved to laugh, play, and love, the 4 words that are engraved on the bench. I then, after much thinking, had a tattoo put on my ankle. Some of you have seen it. Now, if you knew me, a tattoo is something that is just not my personality. I think my husband thought I was crazy, but for some reason, I just had to have one. So I now have a monarch butterfly tattoo that I designed that has Logan's name abstractly written in the lines of its wings. I love this tattoo, and I am so glad I got it, as it becomes a conversation piece for those who see it. Also, to keep Logan's memory alive, we created a foundation, the Logan Sweet Foundation. The foundation's mission is to raise funds and awareness of viral myocarditis and to promote good health and eating habits, as well as emphasize the importance of living a healthy and happy lifestyle. Last year, we hosted our 4th Logan fundraiser. We called it Logan's Run. It was a 5K that started at Logan School, and we ran through the roads of Bodenham, along fields and pastures. It was a beautiful, sunny, and emotional day. Logan's Run was a huge success, and we were able to donate thousands to the Myocarditis Foundation. And it was a beautiful way to bring our small community together and do something that was positive. My family and I have also done these fundraisers for our community to encourage parents to continue taking their children to their yearly physicals and have them do something to elevate their heart rate while in the doctor's office. I wish this information was given to us. And lastly, to keep Logan alive in my heart and the hearts around me as I talk about him. I say his name often, remember him, include him still as one of my children. During these past 5 years, I have found that I need to stay connected with my memories of Logan. We plant a tree every year for him in the spring. I start a butterfly on all cards when sending out family cards for Christmas or birthdays. And I still cry a lot. I found that crying has just become part of my daily life routine. Crying is my connection with Logan. My love for him grows stronger after a good cry. And I'm able to feel the strength in me renewing, strength that I know is coming from him. I have also found peace that I found in the eyes of my other children. My 4-year-old daughter has the same hazel eyes as Logan, and she would not be here today if Logan had not passed. Those same beautiful eyes that look back at me are proof that love never dies and that Logan will never be forgotten. Now that 5 years have passed and living with the loss of a child is our new normal, I have a new fear. I have been asked from many parents, are you afraid your other children will die from myocarditis? And my answer is most definitely yes. I do fear for my living children. After Logan died, and still today, there are many questions left unanswered. Questions like, how long was his heart like that? How long did it take to grow that big? What kind of virus did that to him? Because they never could find that out. Could it be genetic? Could a makeup of one of my genes and one of my husband's genes make it so that the immune biggest question and fear is, can my other children get it? Every time that one of my children goes to bed with a fever or a cold, I think, can this be the virus that caused Logan's myositis? I can't tell you how many times I've slept next to one of my children while they're sick to make sure that they stay breathing all their life. Colds and fevers have a new meaning in my house. No doctor can ever argue with me when I have a sudden mother instinct and I want and I want my child's heart checked. When my youngest son turned 6 years and 3 months old, the same age that Logan was when he passed, my child's pediatrician did not deny me or question me when I wanted a visit to the office just to have him checked. Luckily, I also have a wonderful pediatric cardiologist who sees all 3 of my children every year and does EKGs and ultrasounds of their heart just to see it and make sure that everything looks good. I can honestly say that I sleep so soundly for the next 2 months after that visit, but then I start worrying all over again. Our regular pediatric doctor will never say, your kids are fine. They show no signs. Logan had no signs, symptoms, or warnings, and that scares the hell out of me. Being scared, fearing for my other children, sadly, has also become part of my new normal until someone can assure me 110% that my children will not get myositis. You've heard the saying or phrase, there's always a reason for everything. Whether it's for not getting what you thought was the perfect job, a relationship breakup, missing the train when you're already late, and I've even heard some say the loss of a child. I'm not sure I believe in that phrase. What reason could there possibly be for taking a child so young, so beautiful, and so full of life? I don't know. Maybe God has a plan. Maybe it was to get me standing up here today. Maybe for the love and strength my fundraisers have done for my neighborhood and community. Maybe as a message to all those around me to not take life and your loved ones for granted. I just don't know. But as promised, after every storm, there does come a rainbow. And I hope Logan, my rainbow, is looking down on us with a huge heart and all the good that we have done and continue to do to keep his memory and love for life alive. I miss Logan more than words can say. I think about him every day, and I know that with all that I have done, that he will never be forgotten and will forever be in our hearts. We love and miss you, Logan. And I want you to know that I have loved every